Hi friends, welcome back. You are watching Rare Bucks at that time, and what I have for you today is going to completely destroy everything you thought you knew about Jefferson Nickels. These are not just old coins sitting in a jar somewhere. These are certified, graded, auction-verified monsters that have been selling for amounts that will make your jaw hit the floor. We are talking about coins that most people have touched, spent, or thrown in a drawer without a single clue about what they were holding. 10 coins. 10 dates. 10 reasons why you need to go check every single nickel in your possession right now. And trust me when I say this number one is going to change your entire perspective on American pocket change forever. Stay locked in. This is Rare Bucks. Let's get into it. First up. Number 10. The 1949 Jefferson Nickel from the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark whatsoever. Now I need you to understand something before we go any further. When people hear Jefferson Nickel, they think 5 cents. They think pocket change. They think nothing special. And that right there is exactly why collectors with real knowledge are cleaning up while everybody else sleeps. The 1949 Philadelphia issue is a coin that the average American has completely ignored for decades, and that ignorance has a price tag attached to it, and the price tag is yours to collect if you know what you're looking at. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during a period when post-war America was still finding its economic footing. And the production quality coming out of Philadelphia that year was inconsistent enough that high-grade survivors are genuinely scarce. You hear that word thrown around a lot in numismatics, but I mean it in the truest sense here. When PCGS or NGC cracks open a submission from 1949 Philadelphia, and they see full steps on that Monticello 5 full steps, 6 full steps, clean and separated from the base all the way across, they are looking at something that the grading population reports confirm is rare at those tier levels. In MS65 full steps, you are already looking at coin that has sold in the range of several $1,000s at heritage auctions and Stack's Bowers. Push that into MS66 full steps territory, and you are now in a completely different conversation. We are talking about values that can stretch between $8,000 and $15,000, depending on the eye appeal, the luster, the strike quality, and who is sitting in that auction room when the hammer comes down. And errors? Oh, we are not even close to done. There are known examples of the 1949 Philadelphia Jefferson Nickel with double die obverse characteristics, subtle doubling on the date, on the lettering, on Jefferson's profile, that elevate the value into a tier that most people cannot even comprehend when they think about a nickel. A strong double die error on this date in certified MS condition has the potential to command values well north of $20,000 at major auction. Off-center strikes exist. Die cap errors exist. Repunched features on certain die marriages from this year exist. The coin that looks like nothing is the coin that is worth everything. Face value 5 cents. Real-world certified value in the right grade with the right variety, we are talking thousands upon thousands of dollars, and the market for these has only gotten more competitive as serious registry collectors chase full steps examples to complete their sets. Do not sleep on 1949 Philadelphia. Do not. And speaking of coins you have definitely overlooked coming up next, number 9 is a date from a decade later that sent shockwaves through the Jefferson Nickel market when high-grade examples started surfacing. Stay right there. Next up. Coin hunters at number 9. The 1959 Jefferson Nickel, again from the Philadelphia Mint, again with no mint mark, and again one of the most criminally underappreciated coins in the entire Jefferson series. 1959. Think about what that year represents in American history. The country is booming. Confidence is high. Mint production is high. And because production was high, collectors and the general public alike assumed that high mintage meant common coin. That assumption has cost people fortunes. Here is the reality that PCG's population reports have been screaming for years While millions of 1959 Philadelphia nickels were minted, the overwhelming majority of them went directly into circulation and were absolutely destroyed. Worn flat, damaged, lost. The ones that survived in true mint state condition with original luster intact and with those all-important full steps on Monticello are a completely different animal. The full steps designation on Jefferson Nickels is not handed out freely. Graders at PCGS and NGC examine the steps on the reverse under magnification, and they are looking for complete, uninterrupted step lines across the full width of the building. Any weakness in the strike, which was extremely common from Philadelphia in this era, kills the full steps designation instantly. So when a 1959 Philadelphia Jefferson nickel comes in at MS66 full steps, you are looking at a coin that represents the absolute best of what the mint produced that year, preserved perfectly for over 60 years, and certified by the most respected grading services in the hobby. Values at MS65 full steps for this date have comfortably reached into the $5,000 to $9,000 range at heritage auctions. At MS66 full steps, you are pushing into the $12,000 to $18,000 territory based on recent comparable sales. And if an MS67 full steps example of the 1959 Philadelphia ever surfaces in a major auction, you could be looking at a number that starts with a 2 and has 4 zeros behind it. That is not hype. That is documented auction history. Beyond the grade, the variety world for 1959 Philadelphia is deep. Repunched mint mark equivalents do not apply here since Philadelphia struck no mint mark. But die varieties, double die obverse examples, and transitional strike errors exist on this date and have been documented by specialists. A strong double die on the 1959 Philadelphia in certified mint state condition is the kind of coin that major collectors fight over. We are talking about values that could dwarf even the full steps premiums. 5 cents face value. Potentially tens of thousands of dollars in the right hands with the right grade. That is the Jefferson nickel market in 1959, and you need to understand it completely. But wait until you hear about number 8, because we are moving into the S-Mint territory now, and the conversation gets even wilder from here. Do not go anywhere. Next up. Number 8. The 1969 S. Jefferson Nickel with the San Francisco mint mark, and I need you to pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you, because this coin has a story that goes far beyond just being a mint state survivor. San Francisco in 1969 was producing coins with a level of care and precision that Denver and Philadelphia simply could not match during this period. The S-Mint Jefferson Nickels from the late 1960s have always attracted a premium from serious collectors, but 1969 S specifically has become a target coin for registry set builders in a way that has driven auction prices into territory that defies the face value of this coin by a factor of hundreds of thousands of %. Let that sink in. A coin worth 5 cents has sold for amounts that would buy you a used car. At the MS66 full steps level, the 1969 S. Jefferson Nickel has documented heritage auctions results pushing well past $10,000. At MS67 full steps and population reports confirm that examples at this level are extraordinarily rare. You are looking at auction potential in the range of $25,000 to $40,000 based on comparable sales and the feeding frenzy that erupts when top pop examples of this date hit the block. But here is where 1969 S gets truly legendary in the error community. There are confirmed examples of the 1969 S. Jefferson Nickel struck on wrong planchets coins that ended up on cent planchets, on foreign denomination planchets, on clad planchets that should never have been anywhere near the nickel press, and these wrong planchet errors from San Francisco are certified by PCGS and NGC as some of the most dramatic and valuable Jefferson Nickel errors in existence. A wrong planchet error on the 1969 S in certified condition can command values ranging from $30,000 to well over $75,000 depending on the specific error type, the grade, and the provenance. Off-center strikes on this date have sold for multiple thousands. Double die varieties exist and are actively sought. Die cap errors from this San Francisco production run have surfaced in major collections. This is not a common coin in the grades that matter. Face value 5 cents. Certified error value, we are talking about numbers that make grown collectors go pale. 1969S is not a coin, it is an investment. Number 7 is coming at you hot, and it is a Denver coin from 1970 that has one of the most dramatic value jumps I have ever seen in any coin series when you move from circulated to mint state. Get ready. Next up. Coin number 7. And I am going to tell you right now that this coin is one of the great sleepers in the entire Jefferson series. 1970 Jefferson Nickel with Denver Mint was a mint under production pressure, cranking out coins to meet circulation demand across the country, and the result was a strike quality that was deeply inconsistent across the production run. Most 1970D Jefferson Nickels that you are going to encounter have been in circulation. They are worn. The steps are gone. Jefferson's hair detail is flat. These are worth face value and nothing more. But, and this is the but, that changes everything when a 1970D surfaces that somehow escaped circulation and survived in true gem mint state condition. The rarity of that coin at the top grade levels is staggering. The PCGS and NGC population data for 1970D in MS66 full steps reads like a coin that should not exist. The numbers are so small that each individual certified example represents a meaningful percentage of the known surviving population at that grade. That scarcity has a price, and that price is not small. MS65 full steps examples of the 1970D have sold at heritage auctions and Stack's Bowers in ranges that approach and exceed $6,000. MS66 full steps examples have shattered expectations with results pushing past $15,000 at major sales. And the error landscape for 1970D is genuinely wild. There are documented double die varieties on this date, with clear doubling visible on the date numerals and on the reverse legends that have certified values reaching well into the $20,000 range for strong examples in mint state. Repunched mint mark errors on 1970D are known and collected. Off-center strikes exist and have documented sales in the several $1,000 range. Wrong planchet errors from Denver in this era, while extremely rare, have surfaced and sent collectors into absolute frenzy at auction. This is a coin that Denver produced by the millions, but that the market treats like it was produced by the dozens when it comes to top-tier certified examples. Do not let the mintage number fool you. Mintage means nothing when attrition has done its work over 5.5 decades. 1970D in the right grade is a monster. And now we are heading into number 6, a Denver coin from the 1980s that has caught the attention of some of the most aggressive registry collectors in the country. This one is special. Stay with me. Next up, Coin Hunters at number 6. Now we are in the 1980s, and I can hear some of you thinking, wait, the 1980s? That is not old enough to be rare. And that thinking is exactly what creates the opportunity for the collectors who know better. The 1983 D. Jefferson Nickel is a date that has confounded the coin market for years, because despite being a relatively modern issue, the certified population of high-grade examples with full steps is shockingly, almost embarrassingly small. Denver in 1983 was producing nickels at a volume that should theoretically result in plenty of high-grade survivors. The reality is the opposite. Strike quality from Denver in the early 1980s on Jefferson Nickels was, to put it charitably, problematic. Weak strikes were the norm. Full steps examples from Denver in this period are the exception, not the rule, and the 1983D specifically has emerged as one of the key condition rarities in the entire modern Jefferson series. When PCGS or NGC sees a 1983D Jefferson Nickel, come through with full, sharp, complete steps on Monticello and gem or superb gem surfaces, they are looking at a coin that contradicts everything the production records would suggest should exist. MS65 full steps examples of the 1983D have sold for values in the $4,000 to $7,000 range. MS66 full steps pushes that into the $10,000 to $16,000 territory. And at the MS67 level, where population numbers drop to almost nothing, you are potentially looking at values that could challenge or exceed $30,000 in a competitive auction environment. Error varieties on the 1983D include double die obverse examples that have been certified and sold for significant premiums, die break errors, and cut errors from late die states that add substantial value for variety collectors. This coin is proof that rarity is not about age. Rarity is about supply relative to demand, and for the 1983D in top grade, supply is almost non-existent. Number 5 is a Philadelphia coin from 2 years later, and it has one of the most recognizable mint marks on any Jefferson nickel in the series. This is a coin you have definitely seen and definitely underestimated. Here we go. Next up, coin number 5. The 1985 P Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark from Philadelphia, and yes, the P mint mark on Jefferson Nickels, was introduced in 1980, and it changed the collecting landscape for this series permanently. The 1985 P sits in a period of Jefferson nickel production where Philadelphia was still working out the consistency issues that had plagued the mint for years. And the result is a coin where high-grade full-step survivors are legitimately scarce despite what the mintage figures suggest. Collectors have been targeting 1985 P for years as a key date in the full steps registry chase, and the auction results reflect that demand in a way that would absolutely shock anyone who thinks of this as just a 1980s nickel. In MS65 full steps, the 1985 P has sold at heritage auctions for values in the $5,000 to $8,000 range. At MS66 full steps, prices have pushed into the $12,000 to $19,000 range at Stax, Bowers, and Heritage. And here is something that most casual collectors do not know: the 1985 P has documented double die varieties. Not subtle, barely there doubling, but strong, certified, undeniable double die obverse examples where the doubling on the date and legends is clearly visible under even modest magnification. A strong double die obverse on the 1985 P in certified MS condition is a coin that has commanded values in the $15,000 to $25,000 range at major auction, depending on the strength of the doubling and the overall grade of the coin. Off-center strikes from Philadelphia in 1985 exist. Die cap errors are known. Broad strike errors on this date have been certified and sold. The 1985 P is not just a full steps target. It is an error collector's coin, a variety collector's coin, and a registry builder's coin, all in one. 5 cents face value. The right example at the right auction, we are talking about a coin that makes grown adults cry at the bidding podium. Number 4 is a Denver coin from just 1 year later, and it has one of the most dramatic supply-demand imbalances I have seen at the top grade levels in any Jefferson date from the 1980s. Number 4 is waiting. Next up, coin number 4. The 1986 D Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint, and I want you to understand something fundamental about why this coin commands the kind of respect it does in serious numismatic circles. Denver in 1986 produced Jefferson Nickels by the hundreds of millions. That number sounds like it should guarantee an abundance of high-grade examples. It does not. What high mintage actually guaranteed in 1986 Denver nickel production was that most of those coins went directly into commerce, directly into vending machines, directly into change jars and piggy banks and parking meters, where they were worn down to flat, featureless discs within a few years. The coins that were saved, and the percentage that was saved in true gem condition, is infinitesimally small, represent the entire surviving high-grade population for this date. And when PCGS and NGC population reports show you the MS66 full steps numbers for the 1986D, the scarcity is genuinely shocking. Collectors building Jefferson Nickel full steps registry sets have been hunting this date for years and paying serious money when they find certified examples. MS65 full steps auction results for 1986D have ranged from $4,000 to $8,000 at Heritage and Stack's Bowers. MS66 full steps has hit the $11,000 to $17,000 range. Top pop examples have generated the kind of bidding wars that make auction room observers go quiet and then erupt when the hammer falls. Beyond the grade story, the 1986D has documented variety content that elevates the value conversation further. Repunched mint mark varieties on this date have been attributed and certified. Double die obverse examples exist with measurable doubling on key design elements. Strike doubling, while not as valuable as true hub doubling, has been confused with genuine double die examples on this date, and certified pieces need to be carefully attributed. True double die 1986D examples in certified MS condition have sold for values that dwarf even the full steps premiums for type coins. This is a Denver issue that demands your attention. And right behind it at number 3 is a Philadelphia coin from 1987 that has become one of the single most discussed Jefferson Nickel dates among full steps registry specialists. Number 3 is massive. Listen closely. Next up, now we are at the top 3, which means we are talking about coins that represent the absolute elite tier of Jefferson Nickel collecting. The 1987 P with P mint mark is a coin that has generated more heated debate and more frantic bidding at major auctions than almost any other Jefferson date from the modern era. Why? Because in MS67 full steps, a grade level that represents the pinnacle of the collecting hierarchy, for this series the 1987 P population is so small that a single new certified example can literally move the market. We are talking about a coin where the top pop population at MS67 full steps can sometimes be counted on one hand or fewer across both major grading services combined. That kind of scarcity at the top drives values that most people cannot rationalize when they look at a coin struck during the Reagan administration. But the numbers do not lie. MS65 full steps for the 1987 P has sold in the $5,000 to $9,000 range at Heritage auctions. MS66 full steps has reached values in the $13,000 to $22,000 range at major sales. And MS67 full steps, when it surfaces, when it actually comes to market, has the documented potential to reach values of $40,000 to $60,000 or beyond in an auction room where two serious registry collectors are competing for a coin they both know they may not see again for years. The error landscape on the 1987 P adds another dimension entirely. Double die varieties on this date are known and certified. Off-center strikes from Philadelphia in 1987 have sold for strong premiums. Wrong planchet errors and yes, even 1987 P nickels have been found struck on incorrect planchets carry values that can dwarf even the full steps registry premiums. This is a coin that the numismatic establishment has fully recognized as a key issue. And the prices at auction reflect that recognition without mercy. We are at the final 2 now, and I need you to absolutely lock in, because number 2 and number 1 are going to redefine what you thought was possible for Jefferson Nickel values. Number 2 is a Denver coin from the 1990s, and its story is one of the most compelling in this entire video. Do not move. Next up, number 2. The 1993 D Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint, and this coin is proof absolute certified, auction-verified proof that the Jefferson Nickel series rewards the patient, the knowledgeable, and the serious in ways that no other common coin series can match. The 1993 D sits in a peculiar position in the Jefferson Nickel hierarchy. On one hand, it is a coin struck just over 30 years ago, which makes many collectors dismiss it as too modern to be interesting. On the other hand, the PCGS and NGC population data for high-grade full steps examples of this date tells a story of scarcity that is almost incomprehensible given the mintage figures. Denver in 1993 was producing nickels by the hundreds of millions, and somehow through a combination of poor strike quality, massive circulation attrition, and the simple indifference of the American public to preserving their pocket change, virtually none of those coins survived in the grades that collectors actually want. In MS66 full steps, the 1993D is a genuinely rare coin. The population numbers are low. The competition for certified examples is fierce, and the auction results reflect that competition in dollar amounts that should make every person who has ever owned a 1993D nickel feel a specific kind of regret. MS65 full steps examples have sold for $4,000 to $7,000 at Heritage and Stack's Bowers. MS66 full steps has produced results in the $10,000 to $18,000 range. Error varieties on the 1993D include doubled die-obverse examples that have been certified and command strong premiums, die break errors from late production runs, and off-center strikes that have sold for thousands of dollars at specialist auctions. The 1993D is the coin that tells you the 1990s are not too recent to be important. They are exactly recent enough to have been completely ignored, and that ignorance is a gift to the collector who pays attention. Now, number 1. I have been building to this moment for this entire video, and I need you to understand that what I am about to tell you represents one of the single greatest value stories in modern Jefferson nickel collecting. Number 1 is a P-Mint coin from the final year of the last millennium. Number 1 is waiting. Here it is. Last one. Coin number 1. I want you to take one breath before I tell you what this coin does at auction in the right grade. Because the number is going to sound impossible, and it is completely real. The 1999 P. Jefferson Nickel is the coin that has become the holy grail for full steps registry set collectors in the modern era of this series. 1999 was the year before the millennium. Philadelphia was producing coins in enormous quantities. The country was at peak economic confidence. And somehow, through every mechanism of numismatic cruelty that the universe can produce, the 1999 P. Jefferson Nickel in true gem mint state, with full, sharp, certified full steps on Monticello, is one of the rarest coins in the entire 20th century Jefferson Nickel run. This is not an exaggeration. This is PCGS and NGC population data speaking louder than I ever could. The strike quality coming out of Philadelphia in 1999 for Jefferson Nickels was, in a word, terrible. The dies were not producing full steps. The pressure settings were not delivering complete step separation. The few coins that somehow came off the presses with full, sharp, complete steps and gem surfaces were anomalies, statistical aberrations in a production run defined by weakness. Those anomalies, when they surface today, certified by PCGs or NGC in MS66 full steps or higher, generate auction results that redefine what a Jefferson Nickel is worth. MS65 full steps for the 1999 P has sold for values ranging from $6,000 to $12,000 depending on eye appeal and surface quality. MS66 full steps, and the population here is microscopic, has produced Heritage auctions results in the $20,000 to $35,000 range. And the MS67 full steps 1999 P? We are talking about a coin that, when it surfaces in a major auction, produces bidding that can push past $60,000 to $80,000. There are documented auction results for top-tier certified 1999 P Jefferson Nickels that exceed what most Americans spend on their first car. Face value 5 cents. Certified numismatic value at the pinnacle of the grade scale. We are in territory that sounds like fiction and is completely, verifiably real. Beyond the grade story, error varieties on the 1999 P have added another layer of value that is almost unfair. Double die obverse examples on this date have been certified and sold for extraordinary premiums on top of the already astronomical full steps values. Off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, die cap errors, 1999 P error coins in certified condition have individual auction records that will make you question every nickel you have ever passed through a vending machine. This is the coin. This is number 1. This is the 1999 P Jefferson Nickel, and it is, without question, one of the most underestimated and overperforming coins in all of American numismatics. Final thoughts. That is your list. 10 Jefferson Nickels. 10 dates that prove beyond any doubt that the coins in your pocket, in your drawers, in your grandfather's old collection are worth looking at with completely different eyes. Go find these dates. Get them certified. Get them graded by PCGS or NGC. Get them in front of specialists at Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Because the difference between not knowing and knowing is the difference between 5 cents and a life-changing number. This is Rare Bucks. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button right now, because we do this every single time. We find the coins that everyone else walks past. We tell you exactly what they are worth. And we never stop hunting.